Let me tell you a story. Several years ago, there was a little boy who was walking down the street. And while walking, he saw an old man who was reading a book. You know, the old man was dressed in very fancy clothes, and the little boy got curious. He went up to that old man and asked him what is he doing. The old man told him that I am reading a book of your fate. You know, I can tell you your future. You know. And the little boy was surprised. Really? You know, tell me my future. Little boy says, tell me my future. Then the old man says, you see that little girl standing over there. And the little boy looks at the little girl and he says, yes, I can see her. The old man says, when you grow old, you are going to marry this girl. And the little boy is like, I marry her? No, I don't like her. Why would I marry her? Don't talk nonsense. I won't marry her. I don't like her. And out of anger, he picks her up and throws at the girl. And the rock hits that girl's forehead and it causes a bruise over there. And then he runs off. Then several years pass by. The little boy grows up into an older man. He's old enough to get married, and his parents decide a suitable bride for him. They find a nice and beautiful, intelligent, good wife for him. They get married. In an arranged marriage, they get married, and after marriage, he decided to talk to his wife for the first time. His wife had covered her head halfway, and he asked her why have you covered your forehead like this? And his wife opened the veil, and he showed her she showed him that bruise on her forehead. She told him that when she was little, someone threw a rock at her and that left a mark on her forehead, and because of it she is embarrassed and she covers up her face. And the man was very shocked. Someone threw a rock at you? How? When? And she told him I was on this street and I was standing there and a little boy came and he threw a rock at me, and he ran away. The man was surprised. He told her the story, entire thing. He told her that he was the little boy who threw a rock at her, and he told her about that old man and what that old man had told her. And they both were like, oh my God, really? This story has various versions. In some stories, the little boy is actually a prince or a king. Some stories he is a merchant. But the main common thing in the story is there is a boy or a man who meets an old man. The old man says, you are going to marry this little girl, and the man or the boy throws a rock at that girl. And I don't know why. Why would you injure that person? But maybe it's part of the plan. So the man throws a stone at that girl, and several years later they meet and they get married, and they share this story. This story comes from a Chinese mythology. In this Chinese mythology, that old man is called Yue Lao. Yue Lao is the lunar god and a god who lives on the moon. He looks like a laughing Buddha almost. He's dressed in a very beautiful garments. And his duty is to do matchmaking. He would tie a red thread on a girl's, in Chinese mythology there is ankle, so he will tie a red thread on a girl's ankle. In the other end of the string he will tie it on a boy. So one string will be attached to the girl, another string will be attached to the boy, and this string can be stretched, it can be bent, it can get tangled also, but it cannot be broken, it cannot be destroyed. The string will endure anything and everything. And this string, ties two people together, and at the right time, at the right place, these two people meet each other and they become each other's forever person. In Chinese mythology it was ankle, then it was adopted by Japanese mythology, where the thread is been tied to the fingers or your hands. This is why my string is attached to my finger, because ankle I cannot show you. I have to do some acrobatics for it. So this, I had read this story, I didn't read it, I saw a YouTube video about it, and I was this is very interesting. Red string theory, it sounds interesting. This is also called as red string of fate, sorry. So, or red string of marriage. Always a red string. Why red? From what I read, that red color. red. So from what I've read, red color is a very auspicious color in Chinese, in early Chinese culture. It's even auspicious in Indian culture, where red is associated with weddings. Chinese bride, the Indian bride is often wearing red color, or there is lot of red in the wedding. So red is connected with wedding, so that is why the thread is also red color. But technically it's invisible, so we cannot see it. Maybe the supernatural beings can see a red thread, but us mortals cannot see that thread. But it is there, connected from one person to another, and at the right time, right place, you kind of meet that person, and you bond with them, and you fall in love with them, and you become each other's forever person. And this story sounds very beautiful, it makes us feel very excited, oh my god, my forever person will soon come in my life, and then we'll be happy together. But then sometimes it can make people nervous also, because we don't know who is in your destiny. The thing about destiny is destiny can be a good one, it can be a bad one. So some people are destined for good things, some people are destined for tragedy. I had made an astrology related video. So in astrology, the according to your birth date, time, place, your future can be predicted. So if someone has the information, all these three things, in a birth date, birth time, birthplace, they can tell your entire future, what your childhood is going to be, your adulthood, how long you are going to live, what kind of person you will have, whether you will be rich and successful, whether you will face bankruptcy, what kind of siblings you will have, what kind of in-laws you will have. Everything is already predestined. So I initially didn't take this astrology thing very seriously. Astrology, tarot, I was not into this. I was not even a religious person. I was an atheist. But as I started looking into it, and I was getting more and more curious. like when I like checked my astrological charts now, I was very very surprised that lot of the things which they had like written in the charts connected with what I had experienced what they had said like this you are going to experience, and I had actually experienced this in terms of my spouse, what kind of person I want. And it was very like, oh my god, I want this kind of person, and I always wondered why I want this type of person, why I can't like be attracted to someone very soft, friendly. I always like kind of am into the macho man type, serious mature type. Something about them, and I just kind of feel pulled towards them. Sometimes I will like in a group of people, in a group there will be some people who are like find very handsome, and I will like, oh my god, they look so good, but I am not attracted to them at all. Like I will find them attractive, but there will be no like, oh my god, I love them, they are so nice. Or their sometimes their personality is also very nice. They look very beautiful, they have a nice kind personality, but my mind is like, no, I'm not, I don't feel emotional connection with them. Like, but there are like sometimes where I will see someone, I find them attractive, but they are not like the most handsomest person I've seen. But still something about them I will like, oh my god, something about them which I'm like looking at them continuously. Some reason I feel like a connection to them. Be like, oh my god, this person is someone special. you know and they had like some kind of pattern, some kind of their like facial features, their body structure, their like behavior was, there was a pattern. And I always wondered why I'm going for this type of guy only. Why I can't like change my type. And then I see my chart, and chart shows like, oh my god, this is your type. you know so, like I kind of agree with that Dara Karka, where you are looking for someone who has the qualities which you are lacking. So since I'm not very assertive, since I like have a hard time like being more like, please listen to me. People generally don't listen to me, people don't take me seriously a lot of times. So I want to be someone who is like taken seriously, someone who is respected, someone who is treated nicely, because I didn't experience that. So I like want that in my life, and I like look for a person who is that kind of assertive, someone who is like, you know who can tell others, do this, do that, and people listen to them. There is like some intimidation, like where they like, if I'm telling you, you have to listen. Like there is no, oh my god, I will do, I'm not interested, do it because I said so. you know and, and, and this is someone assertive, but someone who is like friendly to me, someone who listens to me. So this is funny. you know Someone who generally is the dominant one, but in the relationship they will listen to me. This is my type. And nothing else kind of interests me. So I like feel that this is the kind of person who I'm like destined to be with. Maybe there is a person out there who is like this, who embodies these qualities, and I'm supposed to connect with them. you know and instead of like me changing my preferences, instead of me like adjusting, compromising, or saying okay, I will take whatever I get, I should like, you know listen to my intuition, listen to like why I want this kind of person. Instead of compromising, I should like, there is a reason why I am looking for certain qualities in my partner. There's a reason behind it, and I shouldn't like compromise there. And of course there are, I have to compromise in some things, and I cannot get like my picture perfect ideal person, and a prince charming is not going to fall down from the sky. But if I am like going for a certain pattern, there is a reason behind it, as long as that person is not very toxic. So you know someone who is assertive, but someone who is, I don't want someone who is very aggressive. So sometimes the domineering people can be aggressive also. So I have to be careful about seeing what kind of temper level they have, whether they exercise and take their frustration over there. Those people who are like domineering, when they like exercise, when they get into physical activity, their emotions are under control. So they this best of both worlds. So they are physically fit, they are still very like confident and assertive, but they don't are not aggressive. So this is what I feel like is part of my destiny, and who is like on the other end of the string, only time will tell. Maybe there is no one there. My partner got married to someone else. you know Sometimes I do wonder this, because you know back in olden days, even back in olden days there were like multiple partners, so god knows if there is one soulmate, then why are people like getting married over and over again, where like people breaking up from one relation to another. So if there are multiple partners, then who is your soulmate? Who is the other end? Like if someone has married 3 times, there have been 6 relationships, so which one of them is the other end of the thread? you know or some people have like multiple threads, one finger, one finger, one finger. And some people have none, because some people find love multiple times, and some just unfortunate, some people, even though they are like amazing, they still like remain single forever, either by choice or because their relationship didn't work. Their relationship comes and then it fades away. So I'm definitely curious about it, like whatever like selections we have, are they predestined, or do we have a free will on our like who our partner is going to be? Like I like in my mind I feel like, okay, oh my god, I have a choice, and I can choose who I want to be with, if I want this quality, that quality. But then again I go for the similar pattern person. My heart is like this. I will meet someone who is like amazing, who is like beautiful, kind person, who is like everything put together. Like I'm looking for marriage. So some boys approach me, some men approach me, and I still like looking for that one person, and don't know why my mind is like that one only. you know Maybe there is a greater plan, or maybe I'm just stupid. you know God knows what. Yeah. But this like makes me wonder, do we actually have free will, or whatever we feel like this is our choice is actually predestined? We like certain type because our partner is going to be of that type. Like if you are into you know some if you want someone who is good dancer, you know who loves to dance, even though you may like to dance, you may not like to dance, but you are looking for a dancer for some reason. There is a chance that the your soulmate is a dancer, and that is why you are attracted to a dancer. Or someone studious, you like someone who is studious, you want someone who loves to read a lot, even though you may or may not like a read you may or may not be a reader yourself, but you get attracted to someone who reads a lot. Or you are into like in a certain like if you are into short people, or if you are into tall people, if you are into thin people, if you are into fat people. And sometimes you like, okay, and some people, some men like short women only. They like, no matter how beautiful that tall woman is, they will still like be attracted to the short one. you know you know Maybe because they're like destined partner, one who is supposed to be with them is a short person, so the god is continuously telling short one, short one, short one. Or maybe, sometimes people are connected to someone their own community, sometimes people are connected to someone of other community. Like you will fall in love with someone who is of a different religion, a different area, different belief system, and you are like very strongly attracted to them. you know like you are of one religion and you fall in love with someone of other religion, and you can't help yourself. Like some reason or other your mind is like stuck on them. You move on to other people, you date other people, you like try to like forget them, and there comes a point when you have forgotten them, but then again they show up in your life. And you kind of connect. And if you don't connect, then maybe it's all in your mind. And if you do connect, then that's destined by god. You know like they say na, what's meant for you will not pass you by. If someone is meant for you na, no matter how far away they go, they are still connected to you by this thread. you know and they will turn around, move around, someone can try to cut this thread, but this thread cannot be cut, and they will like again come back to your life, and they will be your forever person. One who is decided by god is as your partner is going to be a forever partner. Maybe sometimes separation can happen, but you will still be like emotionally connected to them, spiritually connected to them in a forever, because you are like much more than your human self. You know you might have seen, like, you might have experienced where you like are like very much in love with someone, and even if that person goes away from your life, you continue loving them. No matter how many red flags they had, no matter how bad that relation was, you still have love for them, you still are attached to them. And even if you grow old, you still like remember them. And they are like part of you, even though they are not a part of your life. And this like string of faith, fate, these people say is connected to one person, but I feel like this is connected to not just your partner, but everyone you meet in your life. Everyone you meet, everyone you are connected to is your soulmate. Your parents are your soulmate, your siblings are your soulmate, your cousins, your friends, your enemies also. Your enemies, competitors are also your soulmate. They are part of your soul journey to help you grow, to redirect you. Sometimes your enemy is your biggest motivator. Sometimes your enemy causes downfall, so you are redirected to some other direction. Like your competitor will put you down, so you move in other direction, and there you will get success, or there you are supposed to be. I think everyone you meet and interact with is your soulmate. Like not your twin flame, not your other half, but your mate. Your friend, your soul's mate, your soul's friend. In outside world, your soul is connected to all of the people. And when you die, you all like unite together and share, oh my god, we had this experience, oh my god, it was nice meeting you. And it's very positive after your death. You don't think of someone as your friend, enemy, anything. They're just your mate. And this feels very beautiful. you know Like sometimes I'm like stressed and oh my god, what I'm going to do in my future, how is my what plans I should have, and whatever I plan, it's like most of the things and most of the things go down in drain. Like everything's going according to plan, and then some twist happens and the plan is not successful. Or sometimes I don't plan for something, but my mind is like, go there, there is some nudge going on, and you do this, like this YouTube thing. There was some nudge from God, and I did it. you know so sometimes there is some nudge because God wants us to be over there, do this thing. God has everything planned out. So I do believe my life will have good and bad. I don't think my life will be perfect, but I like to say this thing. Everything happens for me. My life is happening for me. My outside reality is a reflection of my inner reality. Like if I like upgrade myself, the my surroundings, the people around me will be upgraded. They'll be better as I become better. And I've like noticed this, as I'm like my self confidence is improving, as I'm improving my health, my physical appearance, my income. People are treating me differently. Like how people were different treating me last year versus now is very different. The same people, how their behavior was towards me back then and now is kind of changed. Like I have just improved myself. I have like worked on myself, my physical appearance, my health, my income. And people don't know much about what is going on in my life. Even my parents don't know everything. you know and only thing maybe people will be able to tell that I'm losing weight and all, but other things I'm not sharing. But still people can sense it. See, from my within I have changing na. People outside can sense it. Sometimes you can like connect with them and you can sense. Like you will see someone, you know nothing about them, but you will treat them differently. You will see another person and you will treat them differently. Some reason you will be nice to a person, some reason you will be not nice to a person, and you won't understand why. So these things, whatever changes I bring in myself, I'll see outside. If things around me are looking better, that means I'm upgrading. Like, and as I'm upgrading, my soulmate is also upgrading. So at the right time, when I'm like at my best self, and I will meet my soulmate who is at his best self, and we'll connect. Or maybe I'm not supposed to meet anyone. Maybe that can be possible. Like there are some who remain single forever, so maybe no marriages in my cards. That is a possibility. But even if that is a possibility, I do believe that God has planned everything out. So marriage, no marriage, my life is already set and like prepared by God. So I don't have to like worry about what to do. I will just go with the flow. Right now I'm feeling like making this video. I made this video. I have to then edit this video. I will edit this video. I will I have to eat this, I will eat that, do this, do that, and like do what I'm like able to do, what I feel the need to do. I just go with the flow, and God has prepared everything. God has set everything. I don't have to worry. God is a better planner than me. So I just go with the flow, and that has helped me. And I think same will apply to you also. No matter how much you feel like, oh my god, I'm going to choose this, I'm going to like this, and I go for this, I will like try hard. Sometimes you fall in love with person and you try, even if you like get into a relationship now, some issues occur and you are like trying your best to keep hold them in, but instead of like forcing someone now, let them be. I think if someone is meant to be yours, they will be yours. No one can take that away. Like this red string of fate cannot be cut. No matter how hard someone tries, it cannot be cut. It can be bended, but it cannot be cut. So if someone's meant for you, they will be yours. You don't have to panic. You have to relax. And if someone leaves you, they were not meant to be yours forever. They were meant for short period of time, and someone better is going to come for you very soon. you know don't force someone to be with you if they don't want to be with you. you know and if someone wants to be with you, they are going to make an effort. you know the effort should be two-sided. If you are the only one making effort, then it's your life. But personally, be in a relation with someone who loves you and who wants to be with you. The string is tied on both sides. So if one person is like stretching, the other person will feel hurt. Go with the flow, experience life. Imagine this as a movie, imagine this as a video game, and God has like planned everything out. You have to just experience the journey. And let me know what are your views about free will versus destiny. Whether you believe in free will, whether you believe God has planned everything. I think someone is coming. I should go now. हाँ हाँ, 1 minute. Bye bye.